hand up.
Yesterday was the 5-year anniversary of the death of the murder of Jamal Khashoggi. I'm wondering was there a decision made not to put out any statement on the anniversary?
I don't have a specific reason that I'm aware of. We of course have talked about Jamal's murder quite regularly from this podium and even beyond. One of the first things that Secretary Blinken did once he was confirmed was come down to this very briefing room and talk about the report in which it at great length went into the details around Jamal's murder. It is something also we have continued to raise directly with Saudi Arabia. You know, the Secretary and the President spoke about this quite clearly on their travel to the region together last summer. And of course, the protection of journalists and the respect for the First Amendment and respecting the human rights of journalists is something that we continue to raise directly with countries around the world.
So his case is something that still comes up in every
I'm certainly not going to get into the specifics of diplomatic engagements. What I will just say is that it's something that we have raised.
But for the 3-year anniversary, the department did put out a statement. So obviously, what has changed in the last 2 years about the importance of this case?
I certainly don't want to imply that there has been any change in the importance of his case. The department puts out statements on a lot of things. We also don't put out statements on a lot of things that are also important. So I don't have a decision-making rubric to provide for you. What I will just say again is that we have talked about Jamal's murder quite clearly, and will continue to do so as appropriate.
And I think one of the things that the statements, sorry to press on this, but some of the statements a couple of years ago when you were talking a lot about this case were talking about the importance that, you know, his murder not be in vain. This comes from the president. We owe it to his memory to fight for a more just and free world. And at the time, you guys announced this new thing called a Khashoggi ban, and I think initially 76 Saudi individuals were visa banned under that. Does that still exist? And how many additional people have been given Khashoggi bans? We don't seem to hear that phrase.
I'm happy to check if we have any updated metrics on visa restrictions in place. I don't have that information readily handy for me.
I'm still waiting for the statement on Nixon and Kissinger's visit to China, the anniversary of that.
Thank